welcome to the first winter outing of the season. As you can tell, a wee bit out of breath, not exactly hill fit. That's what today's outing is all about, to get a wee bit hill fit and come and camp up in the wintry wild snow line. I'll probably just camp here in Cairngorms. Just came up from Lochain with a beautiful sunset, but the clouds all quite low. Don't really fancy going up onto the summits and just being plagued out in cloud all night. I'd rather stay a bit low and keep some of the views. And you never know, might see a few stars tonight. But it's looking pretty wild up here. Fingers crossed for a good winter season.
Okay, you join me here in the tent because it is about 6 p.m. and it's been dark for an hour and a half at least, and it feels like it's the middle of the night because that is winter mountaineering for you. It gets dark early and you spend a long time in the tent. So you have to amuse yourself and figure out things to do in the tent. So what I have done is I have come up with 5 winter mountaineering hacks that I will now share with you. They're fairly straightforward, but looking around the tent, thought I might as well share some of these tips. Number 1. Hang a plastic bag around your head torch and it diffuses the light and creates this lovely ambient light. You've got a free camping lantern and it's just your Tesco rubbish bag that you'll be putting all your rubbish into at some point anyway. Tip number 2 is always bring gloves. Not really, that's just general common sense. Tip number 2 is pop your phone into one of your gloves. It protects it from the elements, keeps it nice and warm, stops the battery going super chill and cutting out when you've got your phone out and you're listening to a podcast and lying in your tent for hours and hours at a time. Tip number 3 is silver foil. Stick a thin layer of silver foil. This is basically just radiator foil. I got about 10 meters of it at Aldi for about £5 odd. I cut it into strips of 6 foot in length to roughly suit my body shape. Pop it under your cheap as chips summer camping mat and you have yourself a 4-season sleeping mat. Doesn't weigh much, packs down super small, doesn't cost anything at all, and it'll turn any cheap ass camping mat into a 4-season sleeping mat. Number 3, get yourself some thick ass fleecy socks, because when it comes to staying warm in the tent, you just want to stick one of these on over the top of your normal hiking socks. Super cozy. It also helps turn your mediocre cheap 4-season sleeping bag into a decent 4-season sleeping bag, because if your feet are warm you will sleep much better. Tip number 5. It's not me, it's what's behind me. This cozy comfy pillow. A good pillow will enable a good night's sleep, and a good night's sleep will enable a good day of mountaineering. So always have a good pillow setup. Doesn't have to be super expensive. This one was like £10 from Decathlon. Packs down very small. Generally speaking, I use an inflatable pillow and I put some kind of fleece or something over the top of it. This is my girlfriend's pillow, which is a little more luxurious, so I'm using it this evening because mine popped. Hilarity. The only problem with inflatable things is sometimes they pop and then you're doomed. This is just memory foam, great wee pillow.
With a deepening of darkness, it is hard not to think of those ancient folk who roamed these places and battled one icy element with the dancing flames of another, and in so doing felt less alone.
freezing levels have risen above the summits, so there's no scope for getting any kind of winter climbing in. But it's nice just to be out on a wild, wintry day. It's always pretty wild and unforgiving up here. So I'm just having a wee wander about up above the northern Coires, taking in some brutal wildness of the place.